So what do you like more, acting, painting, or business?
That is a tricky question.
Let me rephrase the question.
Surely.
What gets more money? Acting,
It depends when
or
you
business?
ask. It depends when they switch off. There are many currencies in this life. So when you say money, it's there's cash, of course, but then there's the idea of legacy, and this is a currency.
Yes. Totally agree.
Well, and they are interrelated. So celebrity or media has provided the means to have access, among many other benefits, of course. But the idea that people want to take a picture with you or hear what you have to say or have the luxury and privilege of sitting opposite you here today.
So,
And then what I realized is you can utilize this privilege to advance solutions that are good for the planet and for people and for business. And you can find a win-win solution that is both fiscally prudent and socially responsible and impactful, and helps maybe clean the air or clean the water or advance some efficiencies, right?
I like that.
So I like mixing deep science and Hollywood storytelling and maybe some design and clever finance. This excites me. So to answer your question specifically, it's really a culmination of all of these things, because it's like a stool with only two legs, not three, you know? You really need all prongs. The mind of an artist to think out of the box and creatively. A businessman to think practically. And a storyteller to make sure these ideas can flourish.
I like this. I like what you said very much. And it seems that this kind of concepts comes out of a kind person, not an evil one.
Yeah, I was wondering when you showed the clip, I thought, are you only showing Titanic? You know,
Billy Zane is the most known evil guy.
I know,
on,
I'm sorry,
on
and it gets an applause.
How bad do you feel about that?
It's ironic. It feels like a practical joke from God. You know, I want like literally. It's like it's funny. I find it a great challenge. I welcome it with humor. The irony that the characters I'm known for are often really tough and mean and flawed. Fundamentally, they're imperfect. They're broken. They're products of some trauma or bad programming, and it's as an actor, it's interesting to get inside of that and try to mine understanding, not sympathy, understanding, and. But in my heart, the movies that inspired me were comedies and musicals, and I was trained to do Broadway, and I managed to bring this kind of this humor or joie de vivre to a dark character, and this combination made him very scary, and it worked once or twice, and people seemed to like it. It was a very unlikely but successful recipe.
Very successful.
And Hollywood it tends to make you want to do something you were successful in over and over a little bit. So I like to diversify normally, but
No one can deny that Billy Zane played so many distinguished roles, cinema, TV, but still the iconic movie Titanic is all over the world. It's one of the most famous movies throughout the history of cinema. So it's like a blessing and curse at the same time, probably.
To be known for that character, perhaps, yes. Universally loathed, but people love to hate him, so.
When they said they're celebrating 20 years anniversary. I was shocked 2 years ago.
Me too. It went like this, no? It flew by very quickly.
You felt the same.
Yeah, surely. It seemed to go very fast. Because it feels like yesterday, which is interesting. But I'm glad that the film resonates with people and still makes them feel, connects with empathy, This is an important kind of service of sorts. I remember when it came out, and here we are talking about it 20 years later like it just came out. There were many movies since, but I think the fact that it touched so many people on a deep level and connected them with feeling.
When you watched it first time, did you cry?
Yeah, everybody. I mean, grown men who would come to me after seeing the film said, I want to thank you. It was the first time I was able to cry in front of my children. That was the most interesting response. It was permission for the hard guy to kind of, let his defenses down and show this emotion in front of his family. I thought that was important.